Now, remote is a wonderful, another wonderful inner attitude. And it's very important you find remoteness if you're going to do soliloquies in Shakespeare. There are many classical characters that have remote. Remoteness is not fashionable in this one tiny little moment of history, but it will become so again. Remote is when the emotional life, marries or comes together with the thought, the intellectual life. Now, by intellectual life doesn't mean the person has to be brilliant. One could be really stupid, like Lady Bracknell, right? But it is involved when the emotion and the thought wrap around each other. So therefore, and there are people who experience the world this way, they're not experiencing the world initially through their sensing presence of their body, nor are they experiencing the world through time. So time is not in control of them. They can exist in timelessness. And their sensing is not in control of them. So their movement happens through the emotional involvement with the idea. If you are saying to be or not to be or not to be. The thought is what is moving you, and the emotional commitment is what is moving you. Remoteness is terribly important for the actor because it creates spell. And so often we look at people who actually will capture the audience. It's because somewhere they have a remoteness. And I think every actor needs, I would advise every actor to develop their remoteness. We can find the nearness. We can find a dream. Actors love a dream. But the remoteness is that thing which surrenders. Now, you could play great evil roles through remoteness. The idea of evil. You could play the altruistic roles of remoteness. You could play St. Joan through remoteness. How would St. Joan have gotten the Dauphin and the king to give her all those weapons, if she went and said, give me some weapons, right? She totally disarmed them because she didn't have weight. Because her emotional involvement with the idea of God and truth overpowered all these people. Gandhi has remoteness. So often we go to remoteness in our day and age where we've had so much nearness. So we go into the forest or we go live with monks, right? So Artaud, the great Artaud, who's responsible for so much in terms of the theater developing in the 20th century, he was utterly remote. It's very interesting because I have actually had actors say to me, well, thinking, you just have to pretend you're thinking. But I'll tell you something, I can tell a moment an actor loses a thought. They can be here, hardly moving, but the movement will be going through them. So remoteness is a detachment, but can be very, very vital. It has distance, but it can produce enormous laser beam effect. And you look at the great stars, and there's remoteness there somewhere. That's remote.